¿Es tu nombre?
Soy Carlos.
Carlos, ¿y tu edad?
19.
Ok. Bueno, la pregunta es realmente si has tenido algún problema ético que se te haya presentado en tu vida o el trabajo o fuera del trabajo, como sea realmente.
Pues,
y cómo lo resolviste, ¿no? De cierto modo.
pues una vez yo fui a comer a un restaurante y pues la verdad el trato fue malo. Y entonces pues yo dentro de mis principios está el siempre dar propina. Pero la verdad, aunque no quisiera, aquí sí, pues no se lo di, ¿no? Como aprendizaje para que no volviera a tratar mal a los clientes.
¿Cómo piensas que repercute en la otra persona o por qué lo hiciste realmente?
Pues no sé, digo, por ejemplo, si fuera mi caso, yo se me sentiría mal porque no me dieran propina, ¿no? En trabajos como estos que te exigen mucho y no te pagan tanto, entonces pues igual un poco de propina me vendría bien, entonces te animaría ya más a ser, tratar mejor a los clientes y no ser tan malo, ¿no?
Ok, excelente. Muchas gracias.
¿No?
Tenemos que preguntar por algún dilema moral que hayas tenido. No sé si nos quieras platicar algo que te haya pasado en el trabajo.
Ok, sí, tengo uno. Pues una vez pasó que pues, estaba haciendo mi rutina de limpieza de oficinas y normalmente uso un plumero, entonces estaba despolvando los muebles y resulta que cuando voy moviendo el plumero se me pasó la mano y entonces le di un plumerazo a una pieza que al final se cayó al piso y se quebró completamente.
¿Qué era esa pieza?
Era una pieza como un recuerdo de un museo y era creo que era Mozart, un Mozart pequeño. Entonces se rompió completamente, entonces dije, no manches, lo agarré, busqué las piezas, de volar la junté, dije, ¿qué hago con esto? Dije, lo agarré y lo puse en una tacita adentro que no usaban y dije, nomás para sacar la chamba, y dije, ay, y le dije, necesito conseguir con la loca. Porque pues no voy a entregar así ni tampoco me voy a lavar las manos y sabe quién fue. Entonces la cosa es que busqué con la loca, también resulta que no, creo que no tuvieron con la loca. Entonces ya, así lo dejé, me dijeron, pues yo dije, ¿qué hago? Me dijeron, tranquilo, dice, déjalo ahí. Ya después me dijeron, deja una nota y pide disculpas, dile que tú fuiste, que lo vas a enmendar. La cosa es que por trabajo no lo pude hacer, entonces ya me fui, conseguí una cola loca. Cuando regresé, no se habían dado cuenta. Entonces, no, agarré la piececita, le dediqué tiempo y la pegué. Tuve que llevármela a mi casa todavía y seguirla pegando.
Era como porcelana.
Como estilo, algo así. La cosa es que ya lo pegué y ahí casi no se notaba, pero sí se miraban unas rayitas, ¿no? De que se había pegado. Entonces, de repente yo tenía la pieza en mi bolsillo. Y la cosa es que, sí, pues, o sea, pues puedo decir, y se dio cuenta, pues ni se dio cuenta cuándo fue ni quién fue, ¿no? Pero no me gusta hacer las cosas así, entonces agarré la piecita, fui con la profesora y le dije, ¿me da una oportunidad de decir algo? Y ella me dijo, sí, está bien, dime. Y le dije, bueno, vengo en calidad de trabajador, le dije. Resulta que, pues, estaba en su oficina, y pues de un plumerazo, resulta que se cayó el Mozart que tiene ahí. Y dice, ¿qué le pasó? Pues se quebró todo. ¿En serio? Dice, sí. ¿Y qué pasó? Pues lo pegué, me lo llevé y lo pegué. Ok, dice, y pues se lo vine a entregar y ya se lo di, dijo, dice, entiendo, dice, no te preocupes, dice, agradezco que me hayas dicho, dice, valoro mucho eso, y no te preocupes, dice, pasan accidentes, no te preocupes, todo bien, y ya.
Y ya para terminar, pues no sé si nos podrías compartir tu nombre.
Pues sí, me llamo Benjamín Murillo.
¿Y cuántos años tienes?
Tengo 26 años.
¿Y tu profesión?
Soy intendente en CEPIS.
So hi, welcome to our podcast, Right and Right. Today we're gonna discuss a little bit about some new dilemmas that we have received via email. So we have our main guests that are Miguel,
Malika,
and Oscar Encinas, and we're gonna talk about this specific case that, again, we have received via email to all our subscribers.
so this is coming from someone and they're questioning whether they're the asshole for coming just in time for work.
Okay.
So here's the story, I hope you're ready for it. I work as a security guard I was scheduled to start working at this new store today, starting from 10 a.m, which I guess is when the store opens. I get there exactly 10 a.m, and I'm asked to place my belongings in the back room. I was in the room for a few minutes max, and then came back out to man the door. However, in that time, I guess many customers had already come in, and one of the sales staff had to place security. So we can kind of already see where this is going.
Yeah.
That's just a bit interesting. What do you think about him coming?
I mean, we don't know anything yet, but like, yeah, I think that maybe it's gonna be a problem with the time or something like that.
Yeah, I see why the manager could be concerned, because already there was some clients, so maybe it could be like, oh, they could steal something, or I don't know. But it was like a really short time. I mean, it could really happen. It could, I don't know.
But a lot can happen in a few minutes, that's the thing.
It,
Okay, so it goes on to say, on my lunch break, the manager of the store approached me and asked me if next time I could come to the store a little bit earlier and put my stuff down in the back room by 10 a.m. I told her no, that if I'm rostered to start at 10 a.m, then I will show up at 10 a.m. And that if they want me to come to the store earlier, they'll have to arrange that with the security company. So I'm guessing they're hired like outside, they don't actually work for the store.
Yeah, like contractors and stuff.
I'm not getting paid to come earlier, so I really don't see why I'm required to. Okay, wow.
Okay, so the problem here is basically that a guy, right? He wants to come exactly at the time that he's supposed to work, and basically the person just said, okay, we can come a little bit earlier because we don't have a security guard right here, and another one of our other persons here working needs to act as a security guard, right? And that is like the main concern. I don't know, I think that in my case, I mean, we know that this is like an ethical dilemma itself. What is your point of view in this?
I mean, I feel like it's not a lot of time. I mean, it's just 5 minutes. I feel like he could just go in 5 minutes before. But at the same time, I'm like, well, the guard is not paid for, having that time. But I don't know, it's just a few minutes.
I get both points of view, because I feel like if he's contracted to be 10 till whenever he ends, then he's going to get there for 10. But if they say on the contract, oh, be there 15 minutes before, get there 5 minutes before.
We are talking about legal things now, so yeah, it's something that it's in a contract.
Yeah.
From my own perspective, I think that like being 5 minutes earlier it would not really matter to me, but at the same time I can kind of understand, right? What may be happening right there. In my case, I think I could come like 3 minutes earlier and just leave my stuff.
Yeah,
but
it's not much.
Carrying on, she got huffy with me and said that the sales staff aren't trained to be security. And with the popularity of the store, every morning there'll be people lining up outside. And that I needed to be here earlier because of that. She said that it really wasn't hard to come a few minutes earlier, or that's what we were saying, and that it wasn't fair to come just on time. I know it's not hard to come a little earlier, but I feel it's more about the principle. If you want someone to come earlier, then make that clear through the hours. I told her such, and she just sighed and walked away. We didn't talk for the rest of the day.
if you were in his position, will you like come on time or?
I've been in this situation before, not in the same role, but I've literally come like about 2 minutes earlier than the shift, and I was being told that I was late when I was still early, so I kind of can see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
But I feel like as a security guard, you'd have to be there when the shop opens because you're the security guard. Anything can happen in those few minutes that he's missed.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
what I'm
available.
thinking.
Okay. Yeah, maybe also the thing more of the role itself, because I mean, if you're I don't know, a programmer or something like that, right? You can come on time, and it's like not gonna
Doesn't
matter a lot if you come a little bit late or if you come on time. But if you're a security guard, it may cause a little bit of problems. So I think it's more of a specific situation. Not sure. Basically, the other thing that we did say, but not like a lot, is also what's stipulated in his contract, right? Because if in his contract says that he needs to be there at exactly 10 a.m., but like just show up, it technically is okay.
Yeah.
But he's not like in his position, let's say at 10 a.m. So it does matter also. So that's also the legal stuff, right? Because if they say that he needs to be at 10, like right in the front of the store,
Yes, to follow the rules.
he needs to do it.
Yeah, and he can argue that is specified in the contract that he can be at 10 and it doesn't matter. But I don't know. Yeah, he can defend it like that. But,
The other issue could also be the security company. They might not be communicating with him the store's specific rules. So there's the security company, they might have a rule where you get there at the start time, but then the store itself, they might have a rule where you get there 10 minutes before the start time. And I feel like they both need to work together and come with like a contract that actually like specifies to both, because he's coming from somewhere else, so he might not necessarily work the way that they do. So that's something that they'd have to think about just going forward, so that they can come up with a plan to kind of action that, so that this doesn't happen again.
Yeah, actually, I think that this also needs to be talked a little bit with the company itself, because I mean, you technically need to be paid for that amount of time, right?
Yeah.
Technically, but at the same time, if it's stipulated in your contract, it's like you should do it, right?
it doesn't really matter because it wasn't something that he should know, you know? The first time, like, okay, I was late, but then they told him, like, not in a bad way, that if he could be, like, a little bit earlier. So, I don't know. I feel like he could just do it. I don't know.
And the other thing is, okay, so let's suppose that he needs to be like, he talks with the company and they say, okay, you need to be right there on time, right? On time, being in your workplace, outside the store, right? In that case, like, what is the way in which he will proceed? Like, because he doesn't want to do it, but at the same time, it's like you need to do it. Or actually, if he gets also the opposite point of view, he needs to know exactly how to communicate that. Okay, I need to be here at 10 a.m. and it's what it says in my contract.
Okay.
You actually need to, or I think that you should have like a good relation to say it in not pretty
Yeah, I was thinking that
bad
as
way.
well. The manager they need to have a better relationship,
I
so
feel
that
like-
these things can like be communicated properly.
I feel like he have like 3 paths: or be here and that's it, or to be in time and have, you know, this bad relation with the company, or to talk with the company and say that I can be this time, but you need to pay me, and that's it. I feel like these people do like the bare minimum that is in the contract. Like it's okay,
yeah,
because you have to do what is in the contract.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
say,
yeah.
okay,
It's
in
fine,
my
it's fine,
contract,
actually.
I can do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is just a little
It's-
Too much.
It's not,
Too
yeah,
much.
it's
It's
not
not
I
too
mean,
much.
yeah.
And that's literally the bare minimum. Like that's something that you could do, like a little extra, just 5 minutes. I feel it's not that
Yeah,
much.
I feel like if it's half an hour,
No, okay,
Yeah, that's
that's-
pretty bad.
Yeah,
That's pretty bad.
You have to have a limit. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can't just do, I don't know, to the bare minimum. I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like you could, but that affects the relation.
I
And
think-
he might not get employed there again. That's the thing, because he's he's a contractual worker, so he doesn't actually work there. So with him turning up late, he might not be asked to come back again, and he might get less, like, I want to say like short shifts, because I'm guessing this is a temporary sort of
Yeah.
thing. So he might get less of them because of how he's been with this specific store. So yeah, that's another thing to think about.
Another thing is, I don't know if it's like a good idea to have a bad relation in your work like that. So just saying, okay, I'm gonna be here on time, and I feel like it's more of a pride thing because you can come
Yeah, it's so-
3
because, I mean,
minutes
it-
earlier and just leave your stuff and that's it.
It was if it was really a big deal, like I don't know, to ask you to do something that you really have to like, you know, do something big. It's could be like, okay, this is not okay, but you are doing like a little favor, right?
It's not even a favor. It's just like just being on time for work. I think.
And also, I think if you have a really good relationship, you can kind of have more flexibility to say, okay, tomorrow I have this problem. I can come a little bit
Yeah, I
late.
feel like
Push
it's
boundaries.
different because of the role he's playing, that he's a
Yeah.
security guard, so it could be not that
Flexible.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, it may be.
But yeah, that's our dilemma. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you do think about it as well. And yeah.
Yeah, share it.
Yeah, and thank you
comment.
for everything. Follow us in YouTube, Spotify, and Deezer also.